Mount Dennis Station is close to reaching completion, with only a handful of works left to go. Throughout the station, glass, tiling, lighting, and other finishes can be seen. The customer washrooms are now finished. On the Crosstown, washrooms will be found at terminal and interchange stations. Work on the platform is nearly complete as well, with this location now being used as a key location for train testing work. Within the rail corridor, crews continue with backfill activities for the LRT tunnels and platforms, platform and structural steel construction, bridge widening activities, and utility works. At Weston and Eglinton, sanitary and storm sewer installation work will begin in late 2020. Like Mount Dennis, Keelesdale Station is in the home stretch and will be among the first stations to reach completion later this year. All three entrance structures for Keelesdale Station are nearing the final appearance, and roadway restoration at the Keel and Eglinton intersection is now underway with new asphalt, sidewalks, and bike lane. Inside the station, finishes are covered up with protective materials to prevent damage during the final stages of construction and the train testing period. Caledonia Station is reaching the end of underground structural work, and the above-ground entrance structure is nearly complete. Backfill is now going in over the western half of the station box, with construction of bus bays over top to follow. Inside of the station, the team is underway with finishing works, and the overhead power system for trains is being installed. Train testing is now ongoing on the westernmost portion of the Crosstown, up to the Caledonia Station tunnel entrance. At Fairbank Station, excavation is complete and crews have shifted their focus to concrete works and installation of structural steel and panels, which form the station entrances above ground. The main entrance structure is nearly complete, while crews continue to install rebar, formwork, and pour concrete in the secondary entrance shaft next to Shoppers Drug Mart. Underneath Eglinton at platform level, rebar and concrete pours continue to push upwards toward the completed station roof. Mining work is complete at Oakwood Station, and significant progress has been made in the past 6 months within both entrance shafts and inside the station cavern. On the north side of the intersection, crews are installing formwork, mechanical and electrical conduits, and pouring concrete at the track and concourse levels. West of Oakwood Avenue, the secondary entrance structure is now visible above ground, next to the new condo building. Underground, lining of the concrete cavern is complete, and crews have begun concrete works at the station's concourse level and escalator installation. At Cedarvale Station, one of 3 TTC interchange stations on the project, excavation is complete and permanent structural works are now underway both underground and at street level. Installation of structural steel is underway, and soon the East Station entrance will be up. Earlier this year, the Cedarvale team completed their most complex task, underpinning the Line 1 subway tunnel. With this work finished, platform construction is now taking place underneath. Like many stations on the crosstown, Forest Hill Station has risen out of the ground with structural concrete within the last 6 months. By the end of the year, the secondary entrance building will be up. Underground, formwork and rebar cover the walls as concrete work continues. The track slab is now complete. At Chaplain Station, progress has begun on the exciting task of backfilling over the completed station roof, which will allow the team to eventually restore the roadway to a permanent configuration. All 3 entrance buildings at Chaplain Station are progressing well, with concrete walls at the main and third entrances nearly reaching street level. Under Eglinton, the Chaplain team is working to transform the excavated box with permanent structural work. Avenue Station, the second of 3 mined stations on the crosstown, also completed mining excavation work earlier this year. Now, crews are working on building upwards at both entrance shafts. Inside the nearly 500-meter mined cavern, a flurry of activity is taking place as concrete pours are coordinated for the platform, track beds, and concourse. East of the station, the Avenue team is also working on Eglinton Connect streetscape improvements, which include bike lanes and widened sidewalks. Eglinton Station, located at Yonge and Eglinton, has progressed substantially with excavation while also completing several concrete pours. Like Cedarvale Station, Eglinton Station construction also required the underpinning of Line 1. This task was completed over the summer, and crews are now carefully excavating down below the subway tunnels. North of Eglinton on Yonge Street, work on the new tunnel ventilation shaft for Line 1 has progressed substantially, with completion expected early next year. South at Berwick Avenue, concrete pours continue for the Line 1 service building over top and around the subway tracks. Concrete pours climbing upward inside the secondary entrance in recent months, east of the Eglinton and Mount Pleasant intersection. Excavation of the station box 30 meters under Eglinton Avenue is set to be completed by the end of the year. Excavation and concrete pours are occurring simultaneously within the station box, with base slab pours already complete. Waterproofing material is being affixed to the excavated walls ahead of future rebar and concrete work. Leaside Station, located at Bayview and Eglinton, has been pouring concrete within both the entrance shafts and the station box since early 2020. Under Eglinton, the floor slabs are complete and exterior walls are approximately halfway to the roof, while formwork assembly and pours for the station's concourse level are underway. Laird Station is the easternmost mine station on the project. Mining excavation work was completed last year, with work in 2020 focused on filling out the excavated caverns and building up the entrances. Inside the cavern, concrete pours have occurred at the concourse level and other interior structures, while preliminary work is now taking place for track and overhead power supply installation. At both entrances, formwork, rebar, and concrete are approaching or at ground level. Rail now covers the entire stretch between the Brentcliffe Portal and Don Mills Road, as works have progressed into the final stretch. Pours are ongoing to complete the platforms and ramps at Leslie Street for the Sunnybrook Park stop, and shelters will be installed later this year. East of Leslie, a web of scaffolding has been set up under the CP rail bridge to facilitate bridge rehabilitation work. Electrical and communications cables are now being hung overhead in some areas. This work is done using machines that roll slowly along the installed rails. Finishing works are now taking place at Science Centre Station, with the station slated for completion by the end of 2020. The bus terminal now has completed exterior glass, escalators, and floor tiling. Work on the pedestrian tunnel is largely complete. This tunnel will connect the bus terminal on the northeast corner of the Don Mills and Eglinton intersection with the southwest corner entrance. At both the concourse and platform levels, lighting, tiles, and other finishing materials are being installed. Outside of the station box, backfilling over the portals east and west of the station is complete. Works for the surface section between Science Centre Station and Kennedy Station have progressed smoothly through 2020, with majority of work slated for completion by the end of this year. The vast majority of the stretch now has the concrete guideway constructed and rail installed, with finishing works taking place over top. Towering over the guideway are support poles for the overhead catenary system, the collection of cables that provide electrical power and communications to the light rail vehicles. Across the entire area, pedestrian shelter installation is either complete or underway at almost all stops. Kennedy Station, one of the largest construction sites on the project, has advanced well on a number of fronts since the start of the year. Structural work for the new entrance, located on the west corner of Transway Crescent and South Service Road, is now complete. This entrance will provide customers with direct access to the LRT concourse and platform. Inside, Finishing works, such as tile installation, have begun in multiple locations. Structural work is now complete at the platform level, and work to install the railway components is now underway. East of the station, the shape of the double crossover that will allow light rail vehicles to change tracks is now clearly visible. Work is ongoing to build up the station box to street level before restoration can take place over top. South of the station site, the West GO platform is now complete and work has begun on the new East platform.